What's up? This video isn't going to be important or deep or anything, but I'm bored, so don't expect anything of any intellectual merit. And because I was bored, I decided I was going to look inside of the medicine cabinet and clean out, old stuff that was, past the expiration date. I mean, you can take some aspirin that's a couple years old, but at a certain point you have to have a line. And I ran across a couple things that were out of date by a year or two. But then something that fucking blew me away. I found this, which is a bottle of Arbor brand saline nasal spray. And the first thing that struck me about this as odd is that Arbor hasn't existed for a while now. So I knew that was the first sign that there was something wrong here. I looked at the expiration date, and this bottle of saline nasal spray expired in August of 1996, man. August of 96. There are some people who might watch this video who were just born when this expired. That's fucked up. Alright? I don't even know what to say. And the more amazing thing about just, besides this being in my possession, or in, the family's possession for 13 years, is that we moved twice. After 1996, we moved once in 97, and again in 99. And this stuck with us, even though it was expired before the first move. This stayed with us through 2 moves and was expired the entire time. 13 years ago. That is fucked up. I'm really, really disappointed in myself. And I threw all the other stuff away, but I'm going to keep this and show this to my mother tomorrow, because she'll get a kick out of this shit. 13 years ago, that's fucked up. I mean, I like to think that I would have noticed there was something odd about this bottle of nasal spray before I used it or something. But, I can't be sure of that. Or what if somebody came over and was like, man, I got some allergies, I need some nasal spray. I've been like, there's some nasal spray right in the... And they'd use 13-year-old nasal spray. And it's not even half empty. That's probably why it got kept. I mean, I can't imagine that would end well, using 13-year-old nasal spray. That fucking blows my mind. I can't even begin to describe to you how much that frightens me. But I shouldn't be surprised. I was at my grandparents' house, and I was helping my grandpa look for something. He's got these souvenirs from the Second World War. He's got like a Nazi helmet and some other gear, and he can't find the fucking thing. So I was trying to help him find them, and we were in what used to be some sort of like a workbench area, but hasn't been used for that purpose in decades. And there was some paint. He's like, oh, you want this paint? I looked at the paint, and I tried to open it. It wasn't going to happen. And I looked at this paint is like 40 years old. I'm like, Grandpa, this paint is 40 years old. He's like, oh, really? I didn't notice. I mean, and they had moved. They moved there like 20 years ago. So the motherfuckers were already 20 years old when they moved. How the fuck do you bring 20-year-old paint with you? I'm like, Grandpa, what the hell? That's the kind of shit that my grandpa does. But 40-year-old paint, and I have 13-year-old nasal spray. What the fuck is going on? And now I'm sort of frightened at the concept of cleaning out the pantry and the basement. I've opened up some cans and looked at it, and I just threw the shit away because it just didn't look right. That's messed up, man. That's a real lack of personal responsibility on my part. 13-year-old fucking nasal spray. That's ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous. My dead father could have very possibly had been the one to purchase this nasal spray. He died in 1996. This could be nasal spray from the grave, man. That's really messed up to me. Yeah, it might not be. I don't know. This might not be as interesting or weird to you as it is to me, but that's really fucked up. Another thing that pissed me off and bothered me, all right, is because I found my Game Boy Pocket, right, and my Game Boy Pocket doesn't want to work. Okay, and I also found my Pokemon, man, and I'll play this motherfucker. In fact, I have. This Pokemon's a good game. You ain't gonna say shit to me about playing Pokemon. I think we all got a little out of control, the people my age that were into the Pokemon real big when that first came out. I think we all got a little bit out of control with the Pokemon, but the game itself is a good game. And I had this, and I had the Pokemon Gold, right? And the Gold won't fucking save the games because the stupid little battery on the inside is broken. Or not broken, it's dead. And so I have to buy the battery, unsolder the stupid son of a bitch, and put a new one in. And like, it seems incredibly simple, but I know I'm going to fuck it up somehow. I know I'm going to ruin this thing. I'm surprised I haven't broken it yet just taking it apart. But I just went and bought Game Boy Advance, man. It was $20. $20 used, man. It's new to me. I know that the Nintendo has a new thing, the DS or something like that, which I've never actually played with one of those, but this is new to me. I never had one. I got the Game Boy Pocket in like 1997 or something. It was like $70 when that stupid thing came out. And I remember trying to return it at one point to GameStop for, you know, they give you money. Well, they used to just give you store credit. Now sometimes they'll give you cash. And they offered me 99 cents. I'm like, are you serious? 99 cents? Those people over at GameStop are fucking thieves. I swear to you. But the stupid thing is broken. I've never had anything like that happen to me before. I got Super Nintendo games. They still work. I played, I played original Nintendo games. They still work. They got little batteries in them. They haven't died. This fucking thing died. And you can only, as far as I understand, I can only order the stupid things offline. I'm supposed to order one battery. They're $3.50. I'm supposed to order one $3.50 battery online. You gotta be fucking kidding me. That's ridiculous. These are the little events in my life that irritate me. I don't know. Another thing, I guess I might as well say, since I've wasted all of your time, two things. People keep sending me PMs asking me if I'm still taking advice requests. Yes, but you have to send them to me. And I say yes, and they never send me anything. It's like, why the fuck? So if you want to do that, send them to me. I can't do shit unless you send them to me. Because most people seem to have been satisfied with the answers I gave. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that, so and don't expect me to answer your most difficult life questions. But it's been fairly entertaining and I think fairly productive for all of us. So send those. And I always welcome suggestions. People always, they'll write me a PM. They'll be like, would you take a suggestion on something? And be like, yeah, I welcome suggestions. You have something you particularly want me to hear me talk about for whatever reason. My ego's not so big that I think that people should have things they want me to talk about. But if there's something you want me to talk about, fucking send me a PM. I got no problem with that. I prefer them not to be personal questions. We'll save those for questions videos, But send me if you got something you want to ask me, you want me to talk about. Send me the thing. And the third thing I'd like to create an ongoing series will be my unprofessional history advice or history questions answered, because people tell me you should do a history video. Well, what do you want? If you want me to do a history video, you gotta tell me what you want it to be about. Remember, I'm not a historian, so don't expect anything like that. If you don't want to do that, don't send it to me, but that's an option. All right, so I'll speak to you folks later. See, now this is usually the time that we save for. This is the time that's usually cut off, but YouTube changed some stuff, so maybe they fixed that. So I'm going to keep talking right now, just in case, so that, if it did actually work this time, it won't just be me sitting here staring for 30 seconds. My mind has been blown.